first turn while drifting and thrifting, and I spot on a picture our pet dog, a husky. That means husky alert! And right across on the shelf of miscellaneous objects was another little husky. Let's check out the bags. Here's a Hello Kitty one. Ooh, Betsey Johnson. That's my favorite designer brand. I even have a toaster purse by her. It's a cute backpack, but it has some wear on it, so I don't think it would really sell. Here's another one. This one was even more worn out, and honestly, I'm not a fan of this bag compared to the other ones. It also isn't worth that much. I did not expect to find a Chao. This little guy is from the Sonic series, and I remember him from Sonic Adventure in the Chao garden area where you'd raise them. He's also rare. Check out how much he sold for. There's a Pain and Panic plushie set with Pluto peeking behind, a Labubu head haunting me, and here's some little and adorable IKEA finger puppets with a Zazu tossed in. Why not? This was a bag of mainly mixed vintage fast food toys. Anastasia caught my eye the most because that's one of my favorite non-Disney animated films. Sleepy Snoopy here is vintage, but they wanted $15 for it, not really worth grabbing. Next to him fittingly was Woodstock, also vintage and about the price he's worth online. More vintage plushies. This was a Playskool Big Bird that apparently could talk, but I honestly didn't look to see if it had the pull string on it. The other most interesting one I found was this adult Nala plush. Slinky, what happened to you, boy?
Hold on to my tail!
Poor guy, he's in rough shape. It's a 1965 Fisher-Price Playhouse. My mom had this when I was growing up and I frequently played with it. Too bad it's missing the pieces like the garage door. A Great Wolf Lodge Magic Quest wand, eh? Let's see if it still works. I vaguely remember having this Peanut Sno-cone kit as a kid, and I don't think we used it that much. It's cool that it has the Toys R Us tag on it still. That's also about the price it goes for online if you ever want it for nostalgia. This cow canister set is so cute. I debated on grabbing it, but I didn't know what to do with it at home, and I wasn't too pleased with how they priced it individually. Beauty and the Beast snow globes. First one is unfortunately broken inside. This is for the Christmas sequel that I've never watched still, despite this being my favorite Disney film. Is it any good? Let me know. And a short distance away was another one. Super cute Kuromi and My Melody hoodie. I really liked how it had a split design, but I ended up leaving it because I thought it wouldn't look that good on me. Going back to the toy area, they put out Polly Pockets. In separate bags, of course. Now these were from the 2000s, which was when I collected and played with these, so a few dolls were ones that I once had. There were some more fast food toys. This Peter Pan magnifying glass in particular I had when I was about 5. I remember being oddly fascinated with it back then. These appear to be mostly McDonald's toys. Oh, here's a few more Polly Pocket dolls hiding. Well, after finding the dolls, I found the rubber clothes. There were quite a few in both bags and even had the Disney princess dresses, but as you can see, they were torn up in spots. I eyeballed these cute figures since they had Sanrio and Sumiko Gurashi in it, but I placed it back in the end. Okay, I only found 2 things, time to check out. Oh no. You're kidding me, the line goes this far back? I looked down at my 2 bags while thinking if this was really worth the slow wait, and I put them back, leaving without buying anything.
Several days later.
Take 2, let's see if we have better luck this trip. Maybe this Harry Potter Marauders map themed backpack will bring us some luck. I think it brought us some luck with Dalmatians because I felt like I was in the movie 101 Dalmatians with how many of them there were in the bags. Berenstain Bears, a classic. I read the books and watched the PBS Kids series as a kid. It's missing Mama Bear though, bummer. Another classic is Rudolph, which is my favorite Christmas film. Why is this plush $40? It's apparently Punkster, a Popple. Popples were a popular toy line in the late 80s that also had a cartoon with only 2 seasons.
Balls are off the wall, 'cause Popples love to party. A soft new friend, the final end. Pop goes the Popple.
As you can see, they can curl up into little balls. They actually go for a little cheaper than this online. Here's another vintage toy, a Toy Story 2 musical storybook. But it's really beat up with a cracked screen, and I have a strong suspicion it's not going to work properly. This weird-shaped object caught my eye, and it turned out to be a Disney Park collectible cup from the milk stand in the Star Wars area. You can apparently get green or blue milk here. This also lights up and was in decent shape. Getting some 90s vibes from these Disney cases. We would use cases like this as a kid for storing our crayons. Got a check from last episode. Is there any treasure in this kitchen set again? Nope, not this time. Oh well. This brought back memories because my family went to Disney World in 2003, and I remember the souvenirs having a similar style to this photo album. Maybe someone will be able to use these for nostalgic photos of the trip back then? Here's a crystal car. I stopped to look at it. It's by Hofbauer, a company that was in West Germany from the 60s to the 90s and is known for their 24% lead crystal pieces. That's why it's on the tag. It depends on the piece how much it's worth, but this one in particular is more valuable because it's a convertible Mustang. Check it out! I was curious about these 7-Up cans and had to look it up. These were made in 1976 and had 50 different designs to represent the states. If you collected all of them and arranged them in a certain way, they would form an image of Uncle Sam. It's not the end of Polly Pocket. Here's a little wardrobe set that had some clothes hidden in its drawers. I guess it's perfect for whoever ends up grabbing all those dolls and clothes I saw earlier. And here's a newer set from 2024 that's sea themed, but it was missing the figures and the pink seahorse that sits in the pouch on the front. Too bad, it's pretty cute. I quickly grabbed and found on one of the carts before they placed them on display these small Disney figures from Lady and the Tramp, Snow White, and Cinderella. These are from the Little Classic series and are plastic figures sold at Disney stores in the 2000s. Great find, people collect these. And that's a wrap for this episode. Rough first trip, but the second trip made up for it. Let me know if anything caught your eye this episode, and I'll catch you later.